Guess what?
Hi, this is episode Paw 4. Let's talk about digestion in dogs. Let's start at the beginning. Chewing and swallowing. Now, dogs have 42 teeth, whereas we have 32. The teeth the dogs have are sharper and leaner, designed to tear and chew through real tough food. The saliva that is secreted in the mouth of dogs during chewing does not have any digestive enzymes like humans do. So, the saliva that is secreted in the dog's mouth is basically designed to help lubricate or form a bolus of the food that they eat so that they can swallow it easily. Now, we humans have an enzyme called as amylase, which digests a little bit of carbohydrates. Therefore, rice in our mouth tastes a bit sweet. Digestion truly begins in the stomach in dogs. The dog produces 3 core digestive enzymes in the stomach that start to break down proteins. These enzymes are pepsinogen, which gets converted into pepsin in a pH of 2, trypsin, and chymotrypsin. So these are basically designed for protein digestion. The amount of stomach acid a dog produces is immense. Dogs are likely to produce up to 100 times the amount of acid than that of a human stomach. This means that they rapidly break down proteins and have little hindrance at softening bone matter or grisly bits that would be impossible for a human to digest. After the stomach and enzymes have done their work, the digested food passes through to the small intestine, which is where beneficial nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream. The duodenum is the first part of the intestine that intersects with the gall duct and mainly serves to alkalize the stomach acid in the digested content. The gallbladder also secretes bile acids and bile salts, and these are very important for fat digestion. It helps in emulsification of fat. The pancreas also adds to the pool of digestive enzymes. One has to remember that the pancreas also secretes hormones into the blood that manages blood sugar via 2 hormones called insulin and glucagon. So it is very important to make sure that the food that passes on to the intestine, the first part of the intestine, is digested quite well and does its job properly. The second and the third part of the small intestine are called the jejunum and the ileum. Here is where all the food that have been digested by the enzymes get absorbed into the bloodstream. The food after digestion in the small intestine is now passed on over to the large intestine, which is again made up of 3 parts: the cecum, colon, and the rectum. Now, this is where the final stage of digestion takes place, and this happens because of the bacteria that resides in the large intestine, and it is called the gut biome. Now, they ferment any carbohydrates that are remaining and release hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and methane gases. Here is an interesting fact. Humans, dogs, and other omnivorous creatures. Omnivorous creatures are those that can consume both meat as well as plant. They share a mid-sized intestine to ease the digestion of both types of food. Here's another interesting fact. The vitality of a dog's digestive system means that they are far more tolerant to raw meats and unlikely to be affected by some of the pathogens or bacteria that humans are unable to stomach. A very interesting fact and very important as well, because this is the importance of gut health. The bacteria and the viruses in the gut help with maintaining immunity as well as digestion. And maintaining immunity is pretty central. Now, how do we feed this bacteria? The bacteria are fed by the food that we eat, which also contain some kind of fibers which are called prebiotics. Here's another interesting fact. Even though technically dogs can thrive if they are fed a properly balanced vegetarian diet, that's a plant-based diet, a meat plus a plant-based vegetable diet certainly makes a lot more sense. Now, a well-balanced diet must also include an appropriate amount of minerals, vitamins, certain essential amino acids that come from proteins, as well as specific essential fatty acids like omega-3. What about raw food? The domesticated dogs have adapted over a long period of time to consume diets provided by their human companions or human counterparts, which include foods that have been cooked. Now, feeding raw diets, even though possible, can carry a number of risks to the dog as well as people that live with the dog in the home, especially those who are young or immunocompromised. Another interesting fact, in dogs it takes 22 hours for food to reach the colon from the mouth. Now, throughout this process, the organs work together in tandem for the bolus to travel through the GI tract or the gastrointestinal tract, breaking down and absorbing nutrients along the way, with each organ having a different structure to aid with its function.